King says books are uniquely portable magic. This is Authors CONFAB radio show 89.1 Lee City FM, and this is another Wednesday where we get to talk about authoring, publishing, and everything in between. Today, we are fortunate to have another guest in the studio with us, and shortly you'll be hearing from him. Be rest assured that it's going to be another interesting ride. Okay, good afternoon, my dear guests.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, welcome all the way from Lagos. It's so beautiful to have you here. So, we'd love you to share with us your stories about authoring. So, let's start. Your name, introduce yourself.
Okay.
So the listeners at home.
Okay, my name is DENU Bon.
Okay.
A Yoruba man.
Thanks for adding that caveat, because I would have asked that. I don't confuse my listeners. Okay, he's a Yoruba man. Oh yeah, continue.
Okay, so I'm an author of 2 books. I'm a publisher, and I run a publishing firm in Lagos, Nigeria, Koloko Diaries. And then I'm also a personal financial coach and wealth creation coach, and also run a personal financial accountability cycle, DENU BON cycle.
All right.
So that is pretty much everything I do.
Okay, so you are for DENU BON cycle. You're also for the Koloko Diaries. Yeah, that's amazing. You know, it's beautiful to know that in this time and age, on a co-watcher, one road to to say that. So we are not doing many things. We are not becoming master of all, not even master of none. Okay, thank you. So when did you start authoring? What year?
Okay, well, the first book I wrote and published was written and published in 2019.
Okay, so did you publish your first book, the first book you wrote?
Okay, the first book I wrote that I know I completed was actually like 29 or 2008.
Okay, so where is the manuscript?
I don't know where it is.
Because many people, more than 50%, always say they didn't get to publish their first book. Okay, exactly. So you published your first book in 20.
My first published book
was
2019.
2019. Okay, so invariably 5 years on the journey. I had like what I don't. Many people would say, okay, they had written, they have manuscripts, they do this, they've been writing, they've been doing storytelling and all that. But what made you go the extra mile that it's time to publish this book? Yeah.
So mine was quite motivated by 2 basic things. Number one, I was just coming out of an existential crisis.
Okay.
I actually studied architecture. I'm an architecture graduate.
Wow.
And I was, I think, in my 300 level 400 levels back then. So I was in a kind of existential crisis. So getting out of it, I started into diarying from about June 2019.
Okay.
So I felt like I was getting liberated out.
So that's the Koloko Diaries.
Exactly.
You never can tell what's inspired people's brand name.
So, the process of journaling and everything quite helped me out of the situation. I was writing poems and stuff. And I was discovering myself. So then along the line, I had always wanted to publish a book since like 2008 that I wrote my first book and didn't publish it. And I think around November, December, a colleague of mine in architecture who was also a writer, we were in the writing team. In fact, I was the public, what do they call it now? Publicity relations officer in my faculty then. So as part of the writers that are well known in the faculty, he just uploaded something on the status and I took interest in it. It was a 10 days or a 1-day physical coaching session on publishing, how to publish on Amazon. I was like, okay, I'm interested in this. I paid for it, and then I went down to Lagos from Ogun State where I was schooling, and then I just gathered all my thoughts about how journaling could help people, and then I brought it, and that was what led to me publishing my first book titled Diary 101.
Wow, amazing. So how has the journey been from then to now? I mean, considering the sales and the motivation, the discouragement, everything, how has the journey been from the first book to now? Because definitely I would say you are better. Do you understand? With more experience. But what would you say how has the journey been? Because I know some people, when they publish their first book, is like they just recoil and then give up entirely. What would you say?
For me, when I published my first book, because I'd had a long trail in writing, I've been writing a lot of books, so, you know, from religious to and everything. So when I published that one went live, a lot of people quite started asking me that okay, they wanted to see how to maybe publish their own, and because I utilize this self-publishing platform that majority people know, Amazon KDP, and I was seeing a lot of people also doing KDP training, how to make sales. Okay, I'm like, all of this is not that hard now. And then I also like quite had to, aside the training I went on, I also had to like surmount some challenges of publishing through that platform myself. So I started coaching people. So I think I ran my first Amazon training class in April 2020. I had over 500 people joining.
Wow.
I had like about 10 people go for the advanced class.
Just imagine, because you attended that training,
So
it's actually a train, like what you do today, what you learn today, you can always monetize and train many others.
Exactly. So that was how it was. So the point really I want to make is that I didn't necessarily continue authoring books because I transited straight into business
coaching and
business really. So when I did the first training session 2020, by ending of 20, I realized I also needed to compile maybe the knowledge into a book. So I just published my second book.
Okay, that's the second one. Okay.
Viral Author Blueprint.
So invariably, the first one was like, let's just call it non-fiction.
It's also non-fiction,
but the second one now became like a training manual.
More like it.
Wow, yeah.
So, and Viral Author Blueprint, how to self-publish your books on Amazon, you know. Then that was ending of 2020. So after that, no other
been busy with other people's.
Exactly.
So when should we expect any other books?
I'm trusting that there should be at least 10 books this year.
Oh,
I'm trusting.
I'm trusting. That's great.
But you know, I'm still very busy with quite a number of other things.
Oh, that's tough. Wow. When you set you have to do it, you can always achieve it, you know.
Yes, definitely.
Thanks for sharing that. So tell us, for your first book, anybody can read it, but for your second book, so just tell us your audience. Just summarize. Who are your target audience? Because I always tell authors to spell out their target audience. That would help in promotion and then book sales. Like you won't continue selling your book. Talking about your books to the wrong audience. So because of those that are listening, they can always.
Really, because I'm more of like I said, a wealth creation person, somebody that believes in getting yourself positioned to attract money and resources that are finance related. So my audience is necessarily targeted towards people in the business line or people, you know, across fields too, that are looking to decentralize their time and still have impact while making money from it. So talk of maybe people in medicine that are like thought leaders in their field, or you know, top professionals that have had experiences, you know, they come, these are the people like I'm trying to target so that they are able to come, learn how they can bring up their experience together and also start sharing their job and the like. So that is more of my audience is more people who want to position themselves
professionals.
Yeah.
So dear listeners at home, authoring is not only about fiction and
non-fiction,
lion and dare and all that. People are getting so intentional with what they package and sell as books. Like he has said, his audience are professionals. There's a way he coached them to make money, to turn their value into money, their time, to spend their time well. So there are a lot of things you can package as a book. You've gone through it, you have experience in that thing. Please package it beautifully into a book because people want to learn. Imagine his first training 500 people.
Yes.
So people want to learn. That's why we also say that you don't have to write what you feel you want to write. Write what will be useful to the market.
Exactly.
All right, thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So what would you say, I'm not talking about publishing app for us, but what would you say has been the high and the low?
Okay, let me try to bring myself back to 2019, 2020.
Yes, really shaking. There was a shake.
Well, you know, but funny thing was that when I wrote my Facebook in under a week.
Okay.
I skipped classes.
Yeah, because you already had collections now.
No, I
you
didn't
said
have
you've been writing. Your diary.
I've just been journaling myself.
Okay.
So I was now writing a book that showed people
How
the
to-
benefits and perks of journaling.
Okay.
So I just skipped classes. I remember like when I was working on the project, my lecturers felt like I was becoming a very unserious student because I was absent from classes for a full week. I was going to the library
to complete your book.
Exactly. So it actually led to some academic decline a little bit. Because
So looking back now, will you say it was the right decision?
it was worth it. It was worth it.
Okay.
It was worth it for me.
Okay.
It was worth it. Because eventually I recouped. I mean, academics is just.
And you made your money and you made your impression.
I made my impression. I
Because
graduated with a 7 class
maybe if you didn't write then,
Mhm.
you know you've gotten so busy now.
Yes.
Maybe you have not written it.
Actually.
Because for writing, there are times you will be so free, you have all the time in the world,
Mhm.
and then suddenly you see that you want to write, there is no time. So please, if you have the time, just keep writing. Don't wait until you have the money to print or to publish.
Yes.
That time is another currency that people are looking for now. They're getting so choked up and busy that they can't even concentrate enough to write. So
And then when
if
you
you
want to now
have,
engage people that will help
they
you
will
write.
give you correct money, 6 figures, bam. So if you have the time, you still have something. Use your time, write your books now, and then when the money come, you can always, when the money, the fame, and the platform come, you can always print. So
yes.
now,
exactly.
okay, thanks for sharing that. Okay, you were trying to talk about the highs and low, right?
Yeah.
Did you complete it or?
Was there any low?
Have you had any experience with plagiarism or piracy or whatever? All
That
those?
was on an author's book that I worked on.
Oh, okay. Care to share?
Okay, so when I launched my company just out of school,
Okay.
I also launched coincidentally, more like accidentally, because I was working as a freelance publisher. So there's this guy that it was more like my major gig that time. He paid me 250K to help him put, I think 4 books on Amazon. I was like, God, I fit money.
Wow.
So when I was working as maybe like I was affiliated to a publishing company in Lagos, so I reached out to
Okay.
them to say, okay, can I utilize your imprint? Can we have an official partnership
Collaboration.
on that regard? And they were like, no, if it's not a book by their company,
You're not
they're not
interested.
interested. And it was there, and I was like, oh Jesus, what then? This person have paid me,
Oh.
and I've spent out of the money. Well,
Wow.
also on this project, then also my own personal life. So.
Oh my God.
So I was like, what do I do? I remember I left out, I came out of my room in school because I was also working on my final year project in architectural school. I came out and I was crying. It was dimly lit outside. There was light. I was crying around the staircase. And as I was crying, a voice just spoke to me.
You can also do.
No, it's not even about you can. The funny thing was that I've been writing in my journal that I wanted to start my company.
Kai.
So he just came to me and said, I thought you said you wanted to start a company. Oh yeah, now.
Kai.
So that was it for
And
me.
you've
So-
gotten the experience.
Yeah. So I just went ahead. I paid for company registration, LTD, and stuff. So when I now finally finished the guy's book, we now got a response from Amazon that actually it was a file suit, and then that somebody is saying that you are using because he published like a series.
Okay.
Kinikon and something. I can't
Is
remember
it
the.
Yoruba?
It's not Yoruba, but like I
Okay.
can't remember. It has to do with especially all this. Okay, something for dummies.
Okay.
Yeah, things for dummies, from DeFi to cryptocurrency, WordPress, all those online how to make money things for dummies. So the for dummies was the part where they were saying they had registered the trademark in a particular country. So a particular lawyer barrister reached out, and then Amazon had to flag that a particular one of those books down. We did not resolve the case. I just left it to because by the time I saw the bill for
You wouldn't even want to. You just tell your
I
beg.
said,
I'm
God
not
bless you guys,
interested.
we are done. So but it's quite made me to now feel like okay, there's also a legal part to authoring.
Honestly, there's a legal
Yeah.
part. It's just that people don't know in Nigeria. Like if you write a book, it's your intellectual property for life. Like you should just handle it with care. If you cross your T's, dot your I's, man, it's a good inheritance. Like I tell people, writing a book is great investment. So I just hope that more authors will understand that book is a gold mine.
Yes. I mean,
Just imagine. for them to just flag down a book that okay just because of the title, not even the content. I thought you were about saying that maybe you stole somebody's content. Wow.
It was just the title.
Child, just the title. So listeners at home, maybe you are hearing this for the first time. Yeah, your book is your special property, your intellectual property. Treat it as such. This is TFF 89.1, Rachel Ogusawo speaking, and we are here talking about authoring, publishing, and being a seasoned author, not just a big author. So I have a guest in the studio, author, wealth creation coach and architecture from the city of Lagos, and he has been sharing with us the behind the scenes of authoring and publishing. Okay, I know you won't stop with our guest. You can call 090-92920 question. You can always call that number now so that we'll pick, or you can also call after the program anytime. You can send WhatsApp message on social media. Follow us, Royal Ray International. We are the host of this program. All right. So self-publishing or traditional publishing.
Traditional publishing is a good one when we get the system. Somebody get the traditional publisher on agent that approves, and stuff. There's something that comes with leveraging an established name.
Honestly,
there's something that comes with that. But self-publishing, is the easier route to get things done, position ourselves, so that this time around, we now have traditional publishers reaching out to us.
amazing.
Instead of waiting, applying and keeping
and waiting for the time they will say, okay, it's your turn. We've been busy, but now it's your turn. Yeah, that's amazing.
So why not position yourself, and then eventually the owner saying, oh, any
We'd
book you are
love to.
writing next,
We're
we would
interested.
love to.
Yeah.
They will now start discussing as per business transaction, not that I'm the one now just applying to seek favor. Please remember me here too now.
Yeah.
I believe every man has to take their lives by the horn.
Yeah. And in this time and age, we have the third category, or let me call it the middle category, the independent publishers. They are flexible,
Yes.
unlike the traditional publishers that are overbooked and have this high standard and this high package or monetary whatever. Independent publishers are flexible. So, like you said, there are some people that don't buy or they don't believe in books that are self-published.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially, something comes with publishing really that, number one, there's the imprint part.
Yeah.
And then also, not just imprint, also from an established company.
Yeah.
And that is what these people look out to. For example, I had the story of somebody, I would like not to mention his name.
Anonymously, fine.
Yeah, he said he reached out to a particular publisher that publishes the books of one big pastor here in Nigeria, and those people said if they publish his book, that he will be doing them harm. It will be like a harm to their
Publishing company.
Their publishing company, because it doesn't have any presence anyway.
Oh yes, I think I've heard about.
Yeah, you know the person.
Online, right?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
I remember. Yeah. So
So
that made him to now work on himself and build a good name for himself. What?
I think he's now even the ambassador for a publishing company.
That's true. So anytime he drops a book now, it sells so well. Yes, I remember that story. So that's true. So it's another thing you take note of as an author, either upcoming or you have books already. Before publishers would risk or take over your book project, they want to be sure you are not what they call that, economic risk.
Yeah, economic risk. Exactly. That's the word you use.
I remember that. So
you cannot forget
when you have an online presence, or let me say when you have a presence somewhere, they believe that your book will sell. Like you can sell up maybe like 100 copies in a week, so they will definitely want to
be interested. Because traditional publishing has to
yeah.
do with me bringing my resources as a publisher
to publish
to publish your book without and promising you royalties.
They don't want their money to be tied down. So don't feel odd that they rejected you. We're just a cult. You like the person we are talking about, that you should work on your online presence, you should invest in yourself, in your brand. So whenever your book comes out, people will really want to buy, and like people will be interested in paying money to get your book. So never ever get offended and say, no, I'm no more writing, don't trade the title, just keep at it and then someday it will pay. Alright, the last part for this segment, how do you, your hobby, how do you just, I miss all this writing and creative content, ghostwriting, coaching, traveling up and down. How do you reflect? How do you get content? You know, sometimes our content bank might be low battery, so how do you recharge? How do you just enjoy yourself and relax?
How do I enjoy myself? That's a deep question.
If you've not been doing better, do it.
How I enjoy myself?
And relax your hobby.
Usually, and I think the ways I enjoy myself in time passes, maybe I just go and cook for myself.
Oh my god.
I've been now.
So
that I
that
don't.
you don't really have.
I don't play games. I don't.
Okay, what about movies?
I don't.
Okay,
So I'm not committed to that. But I think another thing is that maybe probably I listen to things that inspire me, stay up my spirit.
Okay, messages.
Exactly.
Alright.
But most of the time, I just that's a good moment to invest in sleeping.
Okay, Graham, we're a publishing firm and we are determined to keep talking about authoring and publishing, and we want people to do authoring better. So follow us on social media, Royal International, and for me, my Facebook is Rachel Ogunsowo. Now, this second segment, there's no wrong answer.
Okay.
So when I just give you the options, pick anyone, then you can always elaborate. Are you ready?
Definitely.
Sit tight. So, fiction or non-fiction?
Oh, for me, I don't necessarily have preferences, but maybe
Anyone go there.
anyone goes actually.
Are they reader, right?
That's a reader.
Okay. E-book or paperback?
Paperback, obviously.
Why?
Because ebook usually get lost in my phone, and then
Okay.
the accountability is absent. You know,
Be
I
reading
downloaded,
and
I downloaded like 47 ebooks. I
Kind.
related to my feed. I'm like, I was reminding myself, oh God, those
Not
ebooks,
ready.
don't forget them. But if they are physical, I'll just be
Yeah.
seeing them every day. And then one day I'll just pick it up, maybe in my idleness. But I cannot be idle and remember that there's an ebook in my phone.
yeah, by the time you get to that phone, you get busy with scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, forward or no forward?
For books,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, for forward, good, nice, interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Especially forward from maybe people prominent.
The plus, so
Yeah.
if you get them to write, most of them are usually busy anyway. But me, I'm nice. When people tell me to write forward, I deliver on time. Okay, now pen and paper or computer? I mean, writing your journal.
Anyone goes, because
Okay.
there is the flexibility that comes with pen and paper.
Okay.
Then there's the speed that comes with computer. When I say speed now, I mean you are looking towards publishing and you're ready, and the security that comes with
Okay.
having this thing. Because pen and paper itself translates to, and it
Yeah.
can be a tussle.
Yeah.
Trying to type from hotel.
What I don't even like about pen and paper is for typing on computer, you can always cut a line, go and join with another. You can cut a chapter or a paragraph, go and join somewhere else. But for pen and paper, that shading and putting, oh my god, I don't like that. So I love, the only thing aside my laptop, I love typing on my phone. So when I'm with my laptop, I can always select or copy and paste. Okay, everybody has their preference. Writing in the morning, writing at night, when everywhere is so cool and calm.
That's maybe an odd choice. But, reflecting, I write anything.
Okay.
So those preferences. That the spirit comes.
Writing in silence or writing with background music?
Not necessarily background music. Okay, I can write in silence, the inspiration flows. But more recently, I think I've been writing more like things I listen to.
Okay, so that would be like if it's silent, you might get sleepy, right? Or not that.
It all depends, really. It all depends. It all depends, really. It all depends. Not, I don't necessarily listen to stuff to not sleep.
Alright. So self-published. You're still connected to the Authors CONFAB, and Rachel Ogunsowo is here, your host and presenter. My guest is still in the studio. We've talked about a lot of things So quickly, let's talk about manuscript critique. Let's talk about book launch. Let's talk about quickly letter readers. So let's talk. For me, I need to say if you are self-publishing or if even before your book gets a publisher, it's good that you have this mindset that professional eyes go through your book. Like, don't just say, okay, I've written a book and be so excited about it. If you give your friends, your parents, or whatever, what they will say is kudos, mommy, congratulations. But you need professional eyes to tell you that no, this book will not fly. Oh, this topic is too dull, it's too cold. Your chapter 1 to 3 is will you not? It's not. There are people that would see 1001 things to correct. So I am of the opinion that every book going out should go through manuscript critique, publishing team, letter reader and all that. So just let's have your thoughts on that quickly.
Yes, I have the same mindset and I have the same perspective of author. I believe, especially in my perspective of being globally positioned, you don't just want to publish something that will not appeal to a global audience. And when I say appeal, it's not to conform, it's to at least, even if you are controversial, it is not something that you are trying to understand. Okay, there was a book I worked on for another before we connected it, that when it was officially launched, the author came to my DM, sent some screenshot of people that are saying, oh, this thing is not well edited. I'm like, because we were not the ones that worked on the editing. I was like, but I thought
you said
it was edited. And I'm like, we just went ahead with publishing and stuff. So we had to just reconfigure all those parts and the rest of it. So video, yes, and better readers helps you too, because at the end of the day, as an author, you are just writing.
Yeah.
You need to be brought to the view of the readers.
Exactly.
So that's
like
what
a feedback.
do. That's what they do. People who review your book before and they recommend things to you.
And they will not look at your face before giving you feedback. Yeah.
So it's very, very
dear
good.
listeners at home, embrace the work of better readers and manuscript critic. Somebody neutral, somebody that will not, because of favoritism, tell you what you want to hear. Let people read your books and give you feedback before publishing. And like he said, edit your book over and over again. Say, that's all on the show this afternoon. 2 editors, 3 editors this afternoon. We'll meet again next Wednesday, 2 o'clock, Lee City FM 89.1, and I will be excited to talk about authoring and bring another guest on the show. Follow us on social media. Thank you. Bye for now.